Dallas Cowboys defensive coordinator Rob Ryan has not slept very well this week. He's been tossing and turning all night long because of what he saw on film. He was watching Eagles rookie running back Bryce Brown slash and gash his way to a rookie Eagles record of 179 yards rushing against Carolina. Now, don't get me wrong. The most important job any running back has to their team is to not fumble. Brown's two fumbles against Carolina were costly, but they would not have been in this game without his performance. When I looked at those two fumbles, I saw those guys tearing at that ball in a way that probably would have loosened it from just about any back in the league. If it becomes a habit, obviously that disqualifies him, but I don't see that happening. I remember Tiki Barber had a fumbling problem. Everybody tried to rip it out of there. Tom Coughlin comes in, has him hold the ball high and tight, and the problem was solved. So going forward, I don't see the turnovers as the issue. I see Bryce Brown and LaShawn McCoy in the years going forward being a 1-2 punch, which is hard to reckon with. And by the way, if I'm LaShawn McCoy, I watch and realize you don't have to hit a home run on every play. You don't have to make your cut in the backfield if there's nothing there. Take the 3 yards, because that 3 yards could end up being a 65-yard run like it was last week against Carolina when Bryce Brown went down the right sideline. McCoy, with his size, power, and speed, will probably have done that 2 or 3 times against Carolina if he was decisive and didn't dance around behind the line of scrimmage. That's the lesson to be learned here. Now, why do I say Rob Ryan is losing sleep and having nightmares? It's because he knows his defense, with DeMarcus Ware and all those fast players, were built and drafted to stop a finesse offense, to stop and contain Michael Vick, and to be laying in wait when LaShawn McCoy cut back. They were waiting for him last time they played. And if McCoy was trying to get around the end, they had the closing speed to have the right angle and minimize the gain. With Bryce Brown, they're just going to be standing in the mud if they take that approach. They have to run to the ball on every play. So if Brown does get to the second level, you're going to be seeing 20, 25-yard chunks. And that's what we want. So, like I said, the Eagles offense will run roughshod over the Dallas defense. Now, my concern is, of course, as it is every week with the Eagles defense, which is imploding week by week. Just for once, to make up for the Eagles' obvious lack on the defensive side of the ball, they're going to have some turnovers. Right? And Tony Romo is the perfect candidate for the Eagles to gain some confidence in their ability to take the ball away from the other team. What they've got to do is look for the ball. The safeties and corners should turn their head and look for the ball. Don't worry about losing that one extra step. It's a game. They could score a touchdown, you might pick it off. But if you play it safe too much, you end up losing most of the time. So go for the ball, defensive backs. I'd like to see the defensive line strip the other team, kind of the way Bryce Brown was stripped last week. But if we can come up on the positive side of the turnover ratio, I see the Eagles going into Jerry World, running roughshod, and ending their hopes for the playoffs as slim as they were. Let's put them out of their misery. Let's start the big coaching carousel in Dallas. Let's see if Jason Garrett can survive a loss to the 3-8 Eagles. Let's see what happens with Tony Romo at quarterback next year. Will he have his job? We can create that kind of turmoil. The season is not lost because we could still spoil it for people. The Redskins, the Giants, the Cowboys. Let's wreck their seasons. That's what it's all about. Every game is like a Super Bowl. We've got Bryce Brown. Let's send Coach Reed out because it looks like the writing is on the wall. But let's give Coach Reed a few more wins as he is the all-time winningest Eagles head coach in history. Eagles 27, Dallas 17. Book it.